Hello everybody, today we are going to be unboxing the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So here's the box. It says iPhone over here, and as you can see it's iPhone 14 Pro Max. So this is the 128GB model and with 6GB of RAM. So this starts at $1,099 and goes up to $1,599 if you want to get 128GB of storage to 1TB of storage. In the middle there's the 256GB model and the 512GB one. So let's open the box up. Let's pull up these two pull tabs and the other one. There we go. And then just move this. And now we can see the iPhone 14 Pro. Right away you can see that massive huge camera bump. So let's keep the phone aside for now. And we can take a look at the accessories. So here we can see this. And in the United States, you will no longer need a SIM. You will no longer need a physical SIM card activate your eSIM during iPhone setup. So you will not able to be put a SIM card in your iPhone 14 Pro if you are living in the US. But here's the one Apple sticker only. Then nothing else there. And now we have the Lightning to USB-C cable. No charger included just as expected. Let's keep that here. And nothing else is in the box. So we can now take a look at the iPhone 14 Pro. So there's that massive camera bump. I'll tell you all the specifications of the phone after I have set up the phone. So let's first remove the wrapping. And there you can see the iPhone 14 Pro. So let's power the phone on. And the Apple logo there you can see. Keep this and it will boot up. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max has booted up. As you can see, it is showing the hello screen. You can slide to unlock. And now select English. And then go down. Choose United States. And then you need to bring your current iOS device in. So I'll actually set up the iPhone and come right back. So I'll come back when I set up the phone. So the iPhone 14 Pro Max is all set up and ready to go. And here we have the iPhone here. It is the eSIM version, so you don't get a physical SIM card slot. And this only applies if you're in the US, or if you ordered it from Apple, you'll also get a eSIM option. You don't get a physical SIM card if you live in the US. So I ordered this from the US and it has no physical SIM card slot. So I activated an eSIM on my iPhone. So that's the only option left for you if you don't have physical SIM card on your iPhone. But it's pretty simple. Some carriers don't allow eSIM, so some does. So here's the power button at the right side. On the left side we have the volume buttons and silent switch just as normal. And at the front things are a bit more changed. So the notch with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the notch was actually resized for 31% to the dynamic island. I'll show you what dynamic island really is, and it's not a little thing Apple has brought to the iPhone. It's a very big change. So anyways, let's talk about the battery in the iPhone. So actually the battery got a bit downgraded from the iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's so teeny tiny that you won't even notice it. iPhone 13 Pro Max battery was 4,325 mAh and the 4,325 mAh, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max's battery is 4,323 mAh. So it's a teeny tiny downgrade. You won't even notice that while using the phone. But it's still the same 120 Hz refresh rate. So the dynamic island. So let me show you what that is. I'll show you an example. So if you just flick the silent switch, it will say you silent, there. Again, let me show you that again. I'll just show you another trick, another way to turn on dynamic island. So if we go into the clock and if you go to timer, if you maybe set a timer, I'll just set it for 0 minutes 20 seconds so I can show you the full demo of the dynamic island. Okay, there we go. So when you close out of the clock app, you will see dynamic island is extending. So you can tap on it to pause, you can resume it, and you can stop the timer. So this also works with very basic things such as Face ID will work. As you can see here, it worked. It shows the dynamic island extends with the Face ID unlock. And also it works for a lot of other things as well. Third-party apps are also making support for Dynamic Island in the iPhone 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. So I hope more apps will become they will support Dynamic Island. But anyways, let's look at the other thing here, which is the camera. This is a very interesting thing this year, and the camera is so large that you'll see it pop up very like that. So very protrudes out much further, and the new sensor got upgraded to a 48 megapixel lens. So not that 12 megapixel lens that you get always with the previous generation iPhones. This is a much advanced lens, so it can take more good quality ProRes photos and videos and ProRes photos and ProRes video and more advanced stuff. And you can also record cinematic mode in 4K. So when we go to the camera, this is what we can't do with the iPhone 13. If we switch to cinematic and then we can switch it to 4K 30 or 4K 24 frames per second. It's really good. And also, when you go into the photo, I noticed this. They've brought back the 2x zoom. So you can zoom in 2x. That's pretty cool. So let's now talk about the always on display. So the always on display is a new feature to the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max only. I don't know why they didn't include this feature on the base 14 and 14 Plus. Very strange. Any Android smartphone also in the base model, they include always on displays, but Apple strangely went with the higher end model. So let me show you. When you click the power button while in the lock screen or anywhere else, you'll see this always on display. Now this feature is turned on by default, or you can turn on by settings, or you can turn off too. Actually, it refreshes down to only 1 Hz while in the always on display, unlike Android smartphones which stay in 120 Hz. In this saves a lot of power, and from 5 hours I think if you are in 100% battery, it will only drop down to about 97-96%, which is really cool because these always on displays take up a lot of battery in Androids. So I'll show you how to turn this feature on. So if you go into settings and let's go into display and brightness, and then go to here and then scroll down. You will see an option called always on. You can turn that off, turn that on. Really cool feature. So they've finally brought the always on display to iPhone. So Apple is actually talking about replacing the Lightning port with a USB-C port, and that did not happen with the iPhone 14 series. But I think it will happen with the iPhone 15 series because they are actually planning to make a USB-C iPhone, and I think they will also make a portless iPhone entirely, so you need to charge wirelessly. So those are the main features of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. There are also a few more features. With the scrolling, it's pretty smooth. Pretty good font. I've got it in the purple color, deep purple color. This color is absolutely gorgeous. I went with this color because I like this color the most, and space black is also pretty nice, and this also comes in a silver color and the gold color, which we had for a long time now. So these are the two colors that were replaced, and there's no Sierra Blue this year. So I think they will bring it back with the next generation. But the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus don't have these premium colors, and actually they've replaced the iPhone 14 mini with the iPhone 14 Plus, because iPhone mini wasn't selling that well. So I'll make a full review of the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.